5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right,
Station,
part 2.
gas station love.
You on your gas station, love? Did she have some money? Don't be bringing nobody
I
home with no
hope so,
money.
because I damn sure want to switch this damn 3.6 liter engine
Oh,
out
I'm
of this
supposed to get
damn
my
Jeep.
ass up here then.
Oh, how the fuck know the same way you got a damn
Oh, God. Oh, God. All right, hey, y'all, we're back.
What's cracking?
So, the story of us, this move that we did. So,
Well, it's a little bit more than that. Let's start off by talking about who we are first, I would think.
okay. Who are you?
I don't know. You go first. Maybe I'll figure it out after you.
My name's Andrea.
I'm Vernon.
What else?
I'm from Virginia, the 757.
And I'm from Florida, the 813.
I'm a former Army combat medic, 22 years in, former paratrooper, 2 deployments to Iraq.
Just tell your whole PI out, everybody.
Yeah.
But to hike your passwords there. Why don't you?
Well, it ain't no passwords involved.
Oh,
Not
Jesus.
yet anyway. But I mean, if you as smart as me, you could probably figure it out.
Anyway, what, 22 years military? We spent our last 14 years in Virginia,
Yep.
the DMV. So
Yep.
we Northern Virginia.
Yep. The DMV. Yep.
And we always dream, well, his dream was to always own a piece of property, a piece of land to call his own. You know, he used to tell me all the time, I just want to have a piece of property that I can walk on the back of and call mine and do what I want to do with it. So, that's a B.
Yeah, I know.
You're allergic.
I mean, but here we are. I mean, it wasn't a hard decision because we always knew that we wanted to do it. The thing was the timing of it.
Yeah.
And just so happened last year, what was it, June time frame-ish?
April.
Yeah, we made a decision to just pull the plug on the 703, Northern Virginia, and pack up. I mean, we left a lot behind. I mean,
Yeah, we moved from a 4,400 square foot house to a 2,600 square foot apartment.
yeah.
So that was a lot. I mean, I was 14 years in that house. So that was a lot of things behind cabinets and under doors and behind beds that we finally had to look at and say, do we really need all of this stuff? Because our goal is to simplify.
And downsize
and
too.
simplify.
I won't say that we downsized. We kind of flipped the script a little bit. I mean, we had 4,400 square feet of living space. It seems like we cut it in half and put that other half outside because what we're doing now,
Yeah.
our outside living space is way larger than what we had previously.
Yeah. Well, you know, I want to sit on the back of the porch with a book and a fireplace and enjoy myself. That's part of the reason of doing this. Well, anyway, so what we decided to do was move, pack up our life and move. So we had a friend that lived near here. So what we did one day was, because I am an avid book reader, there was a book event in Atlanta called Indie Love. So I was going to Indie Love, so we decided to make that a twofer. Got a ticket for Indie Love. What we did was we spent one day before the book event in the area and just searched and searched and searched. So we looked at properties on Zillow, Redfin, and every place else, but our goal was to look at the property and touch it to see if that's exactly what we wanted. We didn't want to buy a property sight unseen.
Yeah. I mean, and looking back now, I mean, time really wasn't on our side. I mean, I think we're just doing it for familiarization for the most part, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Although we're not new to this area, we just did not reside here. Both of us are former military. Both have done training here in this area in which we're in now, which is the Columbus, Phoenix City area of Alabama. Where, I mean, depending on what time of the day or what it is that you're going after, you can find yourself in Alabama or you can find yourself in Georgia.
I think part of that too was in our mindset. We were here 20 years ago, so in our mindset,
30. That's 30 years ago.
we saw things the same, but we
Lord
didn't.
have mercy.
We didn't see the change. So a good thing about coming here was for us to see the change in the area
Yeah.
from what it was then to what it is now.
Yeah.
That made it a little easier.
It's a slow progress, though. I mean,
Mhm.
but you can tell that a lot of things are starting to change here.
Yeah, so a lot of those rural areas now are becoming living areas, but people are getting 13, 12, and 13, even more acres of land
Yeah.
in those areas.
Yeah.
So with our first trip here, we only spent a day.
Yeah.
So all we did really was get to look around the area to see things that we like in certain areas. Then we went to Indy Love, had a great time, hopped on the plane, back to the DMV, put the house up for sale. We had to start downsizing the house in that process.
Don't forget about the apartment. We had to find somewhere to live.
Yeah,
too.
so we found some place to live during that trip as well. Well, we looked at the place that we liked.
Yeah.
Lucky for us, there was some new duplexes being built at that time, and that they were looking for people to move into. And the idea of them being new felt really good to me, you know.
Plus, they had 2-car garages.
Yeah. So that was able for us to store a lot of stuff. So we went back. I had a friend that's a real estate agent. She got our house on the market, and within the first 3 weeks of the house being on the market, it sold.
Yeah, the timing was perfect. I mean, it went on the market just as the market started transitioning to a seller's market.
Yes,
So,
not to a buyer's market.
well, yeah, buyer, seller, it depends on which side of the fence you're sitting on.
It was it was transiting. We were still in the buyer's market because inventory was low
Yeah,
in that time frame. So any new house put on the market, it didn't sit there long.
right.
Our hardest thing was people were trying to undercut us for the price of the
Yeah.
house, and we were not going for that.
And trying to bait and switch up stuff, trying to get you to agree to certain conditions that benefit them personally. I mean, forget you, right, the seller. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it was just looking back on it now. It wasn't a hard move until we actually started moving.
The move.
I mean, we drove up 2
my
vehicles
God.
down. We drove 2 vehicles down on our next trip this way.
Yeah, but our goal, let's tell them the truth. Our goal was to ship vehicles and pack up our house
What
and
the
have our
intent
house moved. That was our
yeah,
intent.
that was the intent.
Until that man told me it's going to cost me $26,000 for them to move my house.
Yeah.
And I
And
told
that's
him,
outside of you.
it's outside the
Yeah.
vehicles. I was like, never mind. It cost me less money just to rent a U-Haul.
Mm-hmm.
So that also made us, which was actually a good thing in disguise, because it made us downsize things to just the necessities that we
Yeah.
needed. You know, in Virginia, we had 3 floors. I didn't
Yeah.
need an extra sectional coming with me that I didn't need.
Yeah, basement, mid-floor,
Yeah.
upstairs, 5 bedrooms, 5.5 baths.
5.5 baths.
Yeah.
I didn't need additional bedding space when we're only going to have 3 people in the house. So I ended up selling a lot of stuff, and you know, Goodwill loved me. There's a lot of people in my own home place right now. Got a lot of good stuff from us because it was just easier to give it away than it was trying to do to sell it. Because we were on such a time crunch.
Which I really don't think we capitalize on. I mean, has anybody ever capitalized on donating stuff, using all those receipts?
Nope.
I mean, hell, excuse my French. I mean, that's just, I don't know, that's just me.
So what we decided to do was, even with trying to get the cars down here, our worry was, how's our cars going to look when we get them there?
Yeah.
You know. So we have a truck, and we have a Jeep, and we have another little small SUV. So we decided, now we have a big old Tundra. Why don't we just get a trailer and just take the 2 cars down, which we did, which was actually worked out very well in our favor because we got the apartment,
Mm-hmm.
got the apartment, sealed the apartment, came down to stay with our friend that lives close to here.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, when it signed for the apartment, got the keys to the apartment, and
Got
then
us a rental vehicle.
got a rental vehicle. We put the 2 vehicles we drove down into the apartment garages, and that settled that.
Mm-hmm.
So we were able to secure those 2, spent some time with our friends, spent some more time learning the area,
And had time to clean the apartment.
had
before
time to clean the
leaving.
apartment. And then we headed back to Virginia after that. So then the next move after that was packing up a house, baby.
Oh my God.
Trying to pack up a house and work was not a good
And
idea.
then on top of it, our son was graduating at the same time, so
We had family coming to visit.
family coming to visit, so we lost days there. I mean, we took it down to the wire. When the last item went into the U-Haul, we closed it, locked it, and drove off.
away.
It was crazy.
Yes.
There wasn't any showering or anything like that. We just closed it and drove away.
Yep. So we ended up with one U-Haul, and then with the Jeep, we had a small little trail on the back of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think I had it in me to drive 13 hours straight again, you know. But
At that speed, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
but we did it. We left that morning at about 6. Well, let's backtrack. The people that bought our house allowed us to live in the house for extra 30 days after it was purchased, which was helpful.
Yeah, forgot about that.
We wanted extra time, but they cut it off by a week, so that pushed our time frame back by a week.
Mm-hmm.
So what we had to do, we had to move a lot faster to get out.
Yeah.
So that morning that we left, that was the day that they were also moving in.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to make sure we were out and clean. House was cleaned up in time to have all that stuff done. So that morning when we pulled out and we left, and that was that. And then we started our 13-hour trip here. We left that morning about 6. That morning?
No, it wasn't
About noon?
It was about 11 o'clock, I think.
Yeah, because
we took off.
our timeout had to be about 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we down to the wire.
So about noon, we took off and we headed south. And that was, the drive actually wasn't too bad.
We made a day of it. Let's say
it wasn't
that.
too bad. We stopped, had some lunch.
Yeah.
Everything else, we didn't try to really rush it. And we pulled into our apartment that morning at about 1 or 2.
1?
1 or 2.
About 1. About 1, yeah. And we started downloading at 1 o'clock in the morning.
1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yep. So thankful for us that we had already had the apartment up and clean when we got ready to get in. So it was just easy process of we moved some couches in so we had some place to sleep on.
Yeah.
And then we moved some bedding in so we had a place to
Mattresses and stuff like
sleep on
that.
for that
Yeah.
night.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day we woke up and then we got everything together and we had to get the U-Haul stuff back in a certain amount of time. We were all on a time crunch the whole time, weren't we?
Yeah.
So then we had to download that really fast and then get everything back to U-Haul and then get in and just sit down for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing we did. We just moved everything into the garage and a room and just sat down for a minute because it was a very stressful. It wasn't stressful, just busy time.
Yeah. I mean, but it didn't stop there. I mean, once we got somewhat settled, it was all about picking up where we left off at, right? I mean, getting back out into the area, which we found kind of strange because stuff really wasn't selling when we initially came down. But once we hit ground, everything we looked at was getting scooped up.
If you blink your eyes, it was gone.
Oh my God.
If you blink your eyes, it was gone.
Man.
And there was a property that, we also got here too, and,
Well, don't forget our requirements, or should I say our limits, right? It was
your no limit.
A minimum.
I didn't mind 7. You said it couldn't be no less than 10.
A minimum of 10 acres worth of land was what I was looking for, and we ended up finding
12 and a half?
We found it by mistake, which was crazy because we were looking at something that was 13 and some change
Down the street from here, right?
Yeah, down the street, the dirt road from here, which kept going on the market, off the market, on and off the market, and come to find out it just didn't perk, right? So we just turned away from it, but we just, of course, exploring, right? Kept driving, we just turned the corner and found
a sign that said land for sale.
Yeah, I mean, for what it looks like from the ground, you can see it in the video that we're about to show, that it was for forestry. They were harvesting pine, I think, as a matter of fact. Initially, what was the other one? Was it 10? The first one we looked at?
The first I looked at was 10 acres.
Yeah.
But the
I didn't like where it's at.
If you're familiar with the South, they have what they call easements.
Yeah.
So what they do is
which
sometimes
I settled for.
Yeah. So there was an easement behind the property because the guy that lives down like the cul-de-sac of that had a large set of land so that road led to his property, which you really couldn't use.
Yeah.
Or you had to ask permission for him to use. The problem lied in that our house would sit almost on that easement. And we didn't like the fact that our house couldn't sit forward more. And if you're familiar with the South, that's because they like to use downgrade septic tanks. So the highest point was that area. So you had to sit the house in that area or spend money building up another area for you to have a downgrade septic tank. And who knows when that area may sink or not become what you needed it to be.
Yeah.
So the first plot that we saw, it was nice and it was square. And other thing about here too, they have land tracks. So your house is on the front and all the other land is behind you.
Which is basically where we ended up.
with. Yeah. And so the land tract is not what we're looking for either. So we put in an offer for that house for that land. And then we finally said, that's once our builder said what a house had to be. We said, no, we didn't want that.
It was going to cost us
$90,000
$90,000 just to build or to improve the easement. That's not concrete. That's not asphalt crush as a finish, right? You're talking maybe number 2, number 3, rock being laid and all that stuff, grading. It was just way too much.
So I'm just moving dirt and putting rocks down pretty much for your driveway. And that was just something that, we were not interested in spending that much of money for. So what we did was we sat down and we said, okay, what else is in this area? Because at this time, again, remember, land was, you close your eyes, wake up next day, land was gone.
It was gone.
So we found another tract of land in the same area that was 12 and a half. And you'll see in the video that we spent a lot of time out here walking it, looking at it.
Well, trying to walk it. It's full of so much stuff. Trying to walk it. Falling. Tripping over huge trees.
Using the drone just so we can see the area itself. So
using the Jeep as a bulldozer.
Yeah. So the builder we were lucky enough to really, really find a great real estate agent. And she introduced us to a builder before we even found this property, because we were still in the process of trying to do all of that, even though we didn't have property. Just so when things aligned, everything could fall into place.
Yeah.
And we settled on this one. The great thing about our builder was he always came out to the property that we were looking at and gave us his honest opinion about where the house should be. Is it worth what's going to cost us and everything else. So he was like, this is a good track for you guys.
Because the one that we were looking at initially, oh my God, that was $90,000 too, just for them to get a driveway cut in.
Yeah, but that was also it had a high grade of something, a low grade of negative 14. It was doing this and this all the way up to the house.
Yeah, it would have been great if you're trying to open up a mountain bike park.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So we found this, settled on this, did the land deal for this, purchased this land, and then sat down.
Yeah.
Because now we needed to exhale.
It's relatively flat.
Rolling hills is what the place is called.
Yeah, rolling. I thought it was rolling ridges.
Rolling ridges, yeah.
In the video, if you look, it really doesn't look like it's not dense, but it is. It's very dense vegetation and where we're at right now. As a matter of fact, I'll probably include maybe a photo or two just to show you how dense it is.
Before and after?
If you're looking at it from an aerial shot, it really doesn't look that bad. But it was so bad to the point where if you look at some of the video footage of us in a Jeep and you look straight down, you can see some of the pins where they sectioned off these lots. We couldn't see them. We were actually driving right past them.
I was on top of one time.
It was crazy. You couldn't even see the daggone pins because the vegetation is so thick. Like right now, it's very thick.
And the trees are growing. Like when we first started this, the trees were not this high.
Yeah, they were.
So we started this process over a year and a half ago, right? We're going on 2 years now.
About 5 feet. They were probably about 5 feet high now. Now they're probably about
13,
12, variation 15 at the highest point, depending on where. Because they're ponds. Ponds grow roughly 3 to 4, maybe 5 feet a year. And given the past year or so that we've been down here, it's been raining almost every doggone day. It's crazy. Some weekends we would come out here and the Jeep would just be muddy. It'd take me 2 or 3 days just to clean the Jeep up, just to get it dirty again. So But yeah,
So we did that. Found this great real estate agent that introduced us to.
Crashayla.
Introduced us to. Yep.
Shay Shay.
Shay. If you ever want a great agent in the Phoenix City, Alabama or Columbus area, look up Crashayla Armour. You won't regret it.
She's dual licensed. And she's a foodie.
Yeah, that's how I found her. I found her on the food page talking about she's some type of the foodie or the eating agent or whatever else. She was looking at this restaurant that I wanted to try, and she was giving a review on it. So I was like, hey, I'll go talk to her. Like, we have something in common. And she introduced us to the builder that we chose.
Yeah, because we were looking to do something custom. We weren't looking for something that was cookie cutter. We wanted to be able to push walls out, take windows out of the way. Just by looking at our aerial shots in the video that we're about to show, you can see where our 3-car garage is. We just left a house that had only 2. But my space here is much larger than what we had previously. I was constantly scooting around vehicles and stuff like that because I had a lot of stuff in the garage for the most part. Tools, yard tools. I'm an avid
Tinkerer.
I guess, is that a good thing to say?
Yes.
I like to tear
stuff up and put it back together.
I meant to say stuff. I like to tear stuff apart, put it back together, try to increase performance and make things work a little bit better than the way they came off the shelf, I guess you could say.
Like to take money out of our pocket to fix stuff. Anyway, I don't complain. So the other goal was, since we had a 3-story house before, and when we sat down and talked about what we wanted in this house, we realized we didn't even use
the basement.
3/4 of the house that we had. The same rooms we always use: the living room, the dining room, the kitchen, and our bedrooms. My son's bedroom, right?
So we had 3 bedrooms that were virtually untouched.
Untouched. You know, and I had a whole basement.
Furnished. Untouched.
I had a whole basement that I went down just once a week just to flush the toilets and turn the water on in the shower so water could flow through the pipes.
Yeah.
So we were like, we don't need that much space anymore. You know, so we downsized from that. Now, our living space here is only about, 2,700 square feet, 27-something square feet?
I think we're pushing close to...
Living space. I mean that means inside the house. That means without the garages.
Yeah,
without the front door.
I think we're pushing close to almost
29. Okay. Now
I may be selling us short, but I'll say 29.
Now with the front porch and the back porch and the garages, we all add up to be about 3,700 square feet. That's everything.
Probably more than that.
Now, that's everything, but that's with the closed-in back porch and a sitting front porch and a 3-car garage. So our living space won't be as large as it once was, which is good because, you know, I can clean that a little easier.
Oh, and I was glad that we have a creek at the back end of our property.
Yeah.
As well, and I was shocked about that. So, I mean, we got a little bit of a water feature, which is kind of nice because that's what initially drew me to the very first property that we looked at, but because I had a man-made pond on it.
Oh yeah, they did.
So
had 2. Yep.
But yeah, now we have a creek running through our backyard for the most part, which is great.
Yep. Now, here comes the crazy part. Found a realtor. Found a guy to build a house. All you vets out there, the hard part after that wasn't that we couldn't get funding. It was when you choose a broker, make sure your broker understands everything that needs to be done for that household.
Yes.
Because the information she gave us ended up, not saying she didn't know what she was doing. I'm not going to say that because I don't know. But she told us a certain amount of time that ended up going way past the allotted time that we thought we should have. She was like 2 weeks, ended up being more like 45 days.
Yeah.
Because as a vet, as part of your VA benefit is you can do a construction to permanent loan, and that's what we wanted to do.
With a one-time close.
Yeah. And that was our goal. We didn't want to pay closing costs twice, once for this loan and then once for the permanent loan. And so we were like, that is the way that we want to do this. Now, the hardest part about that is finding somebody to do it and find a broker that knows how to do it.
Yeah.
Now, so that process took longer than we expected, only because whatever happened, I'm not even going to get into all of that because it's a lot. Whatever happened with that process took longer than what we expected.
Yeah.
And
Plus,
so,
we really can't put our finger on it.
on what it was.
But I will. The one thing that we do know is that communication, for the most part, was kind of absent.
Yeah.
Right, and us being who we are and our mentality.
Keep me informed and I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, we had to show a little bit of discipline, right? Because we hired a real estate agent, and of course, we kept forgetting to use it. But we, because we wanted, information like right then and there. So, we started reverting back to using our real estate agent. We're paying her, let her earn her money. So.
Yeah,
Plus, she needs to be a part of the process too.
Well, the part of that was our builder also set a date to start our project, and what she was telling us, we would have been directly on time with that starting.
Yeah.
Because we want to start about January time frame. She's like, oh, okay, give me 2 or 3 weeks, everything would be good to go. That ended up taking 2 or 3 months. So now our builder has started other projects in the midst of that because he needs to keep going and making his money, and we're holding all that up. So, and then we got to the point with him where 90 days had passed. He says, I'm going to have to reevaluate your contract, which is understandable, because now we're in the land of terrorists.
Yeah. It was bad. We were desperate
bad.
too.
We were
like,
desperate,
we were frustrated. Yeah. To the point where, we're watching all these videos on YouTube, of course, right? Even shout out to Josh out there in Texas.
He gave a lot of information too.
He gave us a lot of information because we weren't sure, right? It was our first time doing this. So we were just bouncing what we know off of people that know.
And people that know.
Yeah. So that worked out perfect. Didn't take up too much of his time. He's pretty busy because he puts a lot of content out there. I think he's putting up videos on a daily for the most part. But very, very informative. He was touching bases, familiar with the process, familiar with the lenders.
Yeah.
Right? The ones that do the things that kind of benefits us the best because of our VA benefits. So, so we're grateful for everything that he's done for us.
So when all of that finally settled down, and everything was signed, once that got going, within 3 weeks, we broke ground here.
Yeah.
Now, what I do also want to say is, when we talk about our builder, we're not talking about a big builder like Houghton Homes, or Dres
Stanley
Home,
Martin.
or Stanley Martin. We have a local builder, a local small builder here, right?
Yeah.
That what made that advantageous for us, or made that beautiful for us, or what we look forward with that was, even though he gave us a plan of a house, and what we did was we went to see houses that he built. So we were able to go see houses that he was in the process of building, even houses that were completed. We were able to go look at those houses. But when we sat down at the table with him and his wife to discuss what we wanted to do.
She's a real estate agent too.
Yeah, we were able to push out walls, say, I don't want this on this corner. So it wasn't just about, I get to pick out my sink, I get to pick out my tile, I get to pick out my this. I was actually able to push out walls, add more square footage, take out doors, move stuff so that the house would be more beneficial to what we would like it to be.
Yeah. Right.
And that's when we say custom built home, that's what we meant, a true custom built home. Because that plan that we didn't do a lot of changes, but there were some things that we knew we wanted in this house, and that made it a little easier for us. Well, then we broke ground, and then the magic started to happen. We broke ground in May?
Was it?
No, May 15th was the day that we signed for the house.
Yeah.
We signed for it. So we broke ground in June. June, July, August, September, October. Today's November 1st, it's been 5 months, and we are now we're at the point now where the drywall is up. They're getting ready to lay brick for the fireplaces on the inside and the outside of the house.
Right.
And we're coming back on Monday out here to the property to pick out our countertops and our cabinets.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much we're on the downsized end of that. Now he did give us 11 months.
That's my stomach.
You hungry?
Yes, I am.
Lord Jesus. He did give us an 11-month time frame. But lucky for us, we're building toward in the wintertime, so it's not that much work going on. So they'll build a little faster.
Yeah, they can focus on us, subcontractors.
Yeah, so that was nice.
I mean, so look. With that said, that's enough talking. We'll save. So we're playing catch up, right? This whole YouTube video thing, you know, just trying to give you guys a little peep into what it is that we're doing on our side of the world. I should say our little corner of the world.
And then we thought about it too, because our family.
Yeah.
Our family keeps asking questions, and it's easier for them to give us a YouTube page to look at than sending out 10 videos to people all the time.
Right.
Because I hate group messages, because I don't want to hear the phone beeping all the time and nothing that I got to say.
So we decided we would share it with everybody.
Everybody. Friends, family, everybody.
Yeah. So with that said, we'll start the video. More to come. More to come. We'll have more footage as soon as we can. Yeah, I think we're almost a year or two behind right now.
Yep. Thanks, y'all.